Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I missed the last couple days of our morning meetings, but things were kind of crazy trying to get everybody to get their work and get what they needed. And I hope that you guys are having a great day. Today is April Fool's Day. Be nice to your parents. Don't do super crazy things, but have some fun. I miss you guys. I hope that you are getting used to learning on the Chromebooks and online. Tomorrow reading will be a little bit different and we have a Nearpod. So please go and do that Nearpod. You can find it under reading. I hope you're enjoying time at home and getting outside and playing and not stressing too much about things. So let's get back to our stories. Today's story is called Jack's Bean Problem. And it goes like this. Forget that, hen. Now it's time for the best story in the whole book, my story, because once upon a time I traded our last cow for 3 magic beans and hey, giant. What are you doing down there? You're wrecking my whole story. I don't like that story, said the giant. You always trick me. That's the best part, said Jack. Fee, fi, fum, fory. I have made my own story. Great rhyme, giant. And I'm sure your story is just as good. So why don't you climb back up the beanstalk? I'll be up in a few minutes to steal your gold and your singing harp. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. I knew you'd understand. There's another little thing that could be bugging me. Could you please stop talking in uppercase letters? It really messes up the page. I will read my story now, said the giant. And he did. Giant story. The end. Of the evil stepmother said, I'll huff and snuff and give you 3 wishes. The beast changed into 7 doors happily ever after, for a spell had been cast by a wicked witch once upon a time. That's your story, said Jack. You've got to be kidding. That's not a fairy tale. Fairly stupid tale. That's an incredibly stupid tale. That's an unbelievably stupid tale. That is the most stupid tale I've ever... The giant grabbed Jack and dragged him to the next page. Jack's story. Once upon a time, there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, Tell me a better story, or I will grind your bones to make my bread. And when your story is finished, I will grind your bones to make my bread anyway. Ho, ho, ho. The giant laughed, an ugly laugh. Jack thought, He'll kill me if I do it. If I do. He'll kill me if I don't. There's only one way to get out of this story. Jack cleared his throat and began his story. Once upon a time there was a giant. The giant squeezed Jack and said, Tell me a better story, or I'll grind your bones to make my bread. And your story is finished. I will grind your bones to make my bread. Ho, ho, ho. The giant laughed an ugly laugh and thought, He'll kill me, da, da, da. And then it just keeps going and going and going and going with that same story. And the words get smaller and smaller and smaller. And your teacher can't read them because she has old eyes. Anyway, that is our story today of Jack. We'll read Cinder Rumpelstiltskin, or the girl who really blew it. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and 2 ugly stepsisters. These step relatives were not only wicked and ugly, they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. One day, the local prince announced that he was holding a fabulous ball in his castle. Everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters all got dressed up to go, but as usual, they made Cinderella clean the house, so she didn't have time to get ready. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Just then, a man appeared. Please don't cry, he said. I can help you spin straw into gold. I don't think that will help me very much, said Cinderella. I need a fancy dress, glass slippers, and a coach. Would you like to try to guess my name, said the clever little man. Cinderella looked at him. Not really. Come on, do you think it's Chester? If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter. Oh, just guess my name. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers, said Cinderella. Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin! When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They had made her clean the house. They still made her clean the house, and meaner still, they changed her name to Cinder Rumpelstiltskin. The end. So once again, these are just fun stories that are based on real fairy tales, and they're mixing them up and making them crazy. Get your work done. Know that I miss you, and I wish we could be back in our classrooms, and hopefully we will be soon. Bye. Have a great day.